out there. They're spinning to win prizes. They got themselves some food, some cold drinks. As the Sharks play their final home game this 2013 regular season, the Continental Indoor Football League. I think we have about 2,000 people on hand to watch this game between the Explosion and the Sharks. The biggest home game of the season thus far for Dayton, and quite possibly one of the biggest games for the Erie Explosion. Sharks will get the ball, start half number 2 as the Explosion start out for the ball. They turned it over on downs the first time up. Our broadcast for tonight sponsored by Neutralite from Amway, the Holiday Inn North, I-275 exit 46, and NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. We're about ready as Erie gets ready to kick it off. Looks like the Explosion will head from left to right on your screens. Phones, however you listen to us on the network. And the Dayton Sharks from right to left. I was told by one of the camera operator for the Explosion that the Explosion are a second half team. Sharks, in my honest opinion, they do a little bit of it all in both halves. They need to be a second half team here. We're tied up at 14. Sharks line up, ready to get the ball. Looks like we'll have McCray ready to receive it for the Sharks in their black jerseys today. Demetrius McCray wears number 7, listed as a strong safety and a running back. We've seen him more as a wide receiver. He's got some great hands. And also part of the clampering Sharks defense. There's going to be a battle of who can punch it in last. We're ready for the first kickoff of the second half. We're tied at 14 between the Erie Explosion, the visitors, and the Dayton Sharks, and the ref says stop as the Explosion knock a piece of foam off their bench. And we're ready for the kickoff. Kicking it off will be Sean Rouser, wears number 14 for Erie. He's from Western Carolina University. He stands right in front of the ball. Now backs up. He's got orange socks. Different shoe on both feet. A white shoe on the left foot and a kicking shoe on the right. He lines up behind and to the left of the ball. Kicks it up and it stays in play. And it's stuck between the protective net and the glass as one of the kids stands on the railing and knocks it away. So we will have the ball at the 20-yard line of Dayton for a 1st and 10. The Sharks look to lead off this second half. Tommy Jones leads his crew out. Fans starting to get into it. Erie's fans have been nothing but outstanding. Dayton Shark fans, they're here enjoying it up as well. 1st and 10, Dayton. Tommy Jones sends 2 wide receivers to the far side. The man in motion will be Kenyas Mincy on the near side. Jones looks, throws it towards Mincy, and it's complete. He catches it at the Erie 20, and he's knocked down at the Explosion 2. That first down sponsored by Neutralite from Amway, and the Sharks have it 1st and goal on the Erie, Pennsylvania 2. Great grab by Mincy. Made some great catches today as he stands to the right of Tommy Jones. He circles the crew around and ready for the play. Erie boxes it up. There's 4 defenders in the back. They'll spread them out. Looks like it's a 1-3-4 formation. And Mincy will be the man in motion near side. Tommy Jones looks from the 2, off the fingertips of a defender, and it falls down incomplete. Mincy guarded very well. We have a flag flying at the Erie 4. Through as Mincy and a Erie defender got into it. Kaheem Smith, and there he was excited when that yellow flag found the turf. What's the official call from the Stripes? It's a foul on the Sharks as the ref's microphone fails to work. That pushes them back 10. Back to the Erie 12, 1st and goal. Sharks have had, make it 2nd and goal. They've had the ball at the Erie 12 and in the red zone. They haven't been able to cash in. Mincy, the man in motion on the near side. Jones has the ball, 2nd down and goal, and Jones is sacked. For the first time here at Hara Arena, Zach Williams pulls him down. That's a loss of about 4. 3rd down and goal from the Erie 16. Jones very mobile in and out of the pocket. This time he's swallowed up by Williams. Went to school at Kent State University, home of the Golden Flashes and the MAC. So that pushes the Sharks back 4 more. That's a loss of 14 since getting to the Erie 2. And that will be 3rd down and goal from the Erie 16. There's no more first downs for the Sharks to get. They got to punch it in for the score. As Jones sends a man in motion far side, 2 other receivers in that area. Jones slips it to the right, and it's going to be over the head of Mincy. Mincy gets bumped in the back by Brandon Clark. It'll be incomplete. 4th down and goal from the 16 of Erie. The Sharks need a big play on this down. It's their last chance unless there's a penalty coming up. Some of the Explosion fans getting up on their feet, clapping the Explosion defense, which has been outstanding today. Clapping behind the Explosion bench. That's the bench in front of us at the press row, section 21. As Tommy Jones lines up his crew, 3 offensive linemen in front. Moss to the left of Jones. 2 wide receivers far side, man in motion beyond the near side. There's Mincy again. Jones has the football, backs up near midfield. Loops it, and it's over the head of an Explosion defender, incomplete. Turnover on downs, 1st and 10 Erie from their own 16-yard line. The Sharks turned it over on downs on their first offensive drives of both the first and second half. Let's see what the Explosion can do here. Sharks shot themselves in the foot, lost 10 yards. The Erie Explosion got in there for a sack on Tommy Jones, and the Sharks weren't able to recoup from that. So it's 1st and 10 Erie from their own 16-yard line. Smetanka's got the ball, looks towards his left, throws it, and it's Hoggard again. He breaks through. Another touchdown for Hoggard as he stands on the 1 and falls into the end zone. Hoggard with his 2nd receiving touchdown on the day gives Erie a 20-14 lead. Extra point coming up. Some of the Sharks fans not too pleased with that. A fan was actually standing from his seat asking where the foul was. The ref said, what foul? So it brings Rouser back on, seeing if Erie can tack on a 7-point lead. Rouser rolls over towards the far side. It's 2 for 2 on the extra points today. Fan waves his arms in desperation. There's a snap, the place to kick, and it's to the right of the pole. And the ref said it's good. And my terrible, terrible depth perception fails me again. That is a good extra point. It was on the right side. To me, it looked like it bounced to the right of the pole, but it was on the left-hand side of the pole, so there's an extra point. 21-14, Erie reclaimed the lead with 10:16 left to go in the third quarter. We'll be back after this here in the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Build a strong nutritional foundation with the Nutrilite Perfect Pack for your health, exclusively from Amway. This trio of premier Nutrilite supplements can help you feel confident that your nutritional gaps are covered with the ease and convenience of daily AM and PM packs. Learn more today by contacting your local Amway independent business owner or go to amway.com.
Back here at Hara Arena, Erie takes a 21-14 lead. Fans jump up. Some of the Sharks fans booing in vain. Most of the fans just sit there and quiet. So Explosion lead by 7, 21-14, 10-16 left to go in our third quarter. And the Sharks need to answer back here. About the fourth time the Sharks have turned it over on downs today. Tommy Jones needs to get it in the end zone. He's done that twice so far today. So kicking away will be Erie. They score in their first offensive possession of the second half. We'll see how far the kicker will boot this one. Special teams lines up right behind the kicker. Mincy back in the other end zone. Ready to receive the ball. Kicking away will be Rouser. Rouser lines up behind to the left of the football. And he'll run towards it, boots it with his right, and it bounces off the iron bars once again. And it'll be unreturnable for Mincy. Kenyez Mincy. Respris flapping at fence, telling him, hey, it's early in this second half. So Tommy Jones now pointing over towards the ref, saying, why are we getting it at the 12? And no worries, it won't be at the 12, it'll be at the 20 of the Sharks. First and 10, Dayton. They trail 21-14 to Erie. Tommy Jones lines up his crew. He'll send a pair of wide receivers on the line, both sides, and the man in motion. Looks like that's Melvin Bryant. He'll take the far side. He'll send Bryant as Jones waits for the ball. He gets it, and he hands it over to Moss. Moss bounces on the turf. And it looks like he picks up his own fumble and moves it back to the 16-yard line. That's a loss of about 3. Second down and 13 for the Sharks. Under 10 to play in the third quarter. 21-14 Explosion. Moss tried to run with it, but he bobbled it on the turf. Made a nice play on recovering it as Jones leads the crew back out there. Mincy's on the near side. He'll be the man in motion, and 2 wide receivers will flank the right side of Jones. Moss to the left of Jones, and Tommy Jones has the ball. Throws it up, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Melvin Bryant. His jersey got tugged as he's knocked down to the ground midfield. Bryant can't hold on, and it'll be third down and about 13 for the Sharks. One thing I failed to mention on the Sharks jerseys this week, or this game, to the left on the Sharks, on the top, there's the seal of Dayton, the city of Dayton seal on it. It's very, very nice. I noticed it at the tailgate. One of the Sharks had it, and it's like, wow, that's a nice touch. But from the press row, it's pretty hard to see. So Jones waves Mincy on the near side. Mincy in motion. Jones has the ball. He's past the defender. Mincy catches it, and he picks up the first down. He's got the ball at the 10, the 5, and he's smished in towards the Erie 1. It's turned over, and Erie's got it again. Brandon Clark stripes the ball away from Mincy. And that's a turnover on the Sharks. 1st and 10, Erie. Not exactly sure what happened to the ball inside. Looks like Mincy's still down. He's picked back up by Stokes. And that gives Erie the ball on their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10. A costly turnover for the Sharks. And Erie's got a chance to build the lead here. It'll be a media timeout. 8:15 left to go in our third quarter. The Sharks have turned the ball over. 21-14 Erie with 8:15 left to go in the third. Stay with us, folks. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Back pain, sports-related injury, injured at work. Does this sound like you? See your doctor and ask for NovaCare. As the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Dayton Sharks, NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, call 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment. We have locations in Centerville and Huber Heights. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. Call 800-770-6682 today. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
Back here at Hara Arena, Lee W. Mowen on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Dayton turned the ball over deep in Erie territory. Ran back towards the Erie 13-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Explosion. Smetanka leads his crew. So far, the Explosion have 7 points in this second half. This is their second offensive possession. Dayton has turned it over twice. One on downs, one on his turnover. Stokes runs past the 15, tangled up at the 16. Knocked down by Santino Turnbow. That'll be a pickup of about 4 yards to the Erie 16-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 6. Explosion. 7:54 left to go in the third. 21-14 Erie. And we have the Dixie football players, which is below the press row. And to my right, they're getting into it. They're cheering Dayton on. 2nd down and 5. Down marker knockdowns. Smetanka looks, throws it towards the center, off the hands of Respris. Incomplete, off the heart of his chest. Tried to reel it in. A great play by number 37. So it's 3rd down and about 6 for Erie. Respris very angry with himself, but he knocked away a play that could have scored Erie 6 more. 3rd down and 6. Dayton Shark fans making some more noise in sections 22 through 28. Erie fans trying to match that in section 21. 3rd down and 6. Smetanka looks, rolls towards his right, almost sacked and off the hands of a wide receiver. McCray is there watching, incomplete. That wide receiver was Andre London. He went to school at St. Joseph's. 6'1", 215 for the Explosion. Incomplete, 4th down and 6. The clock continues to roll, 6:30 left to go in the third quarter. One more down. The Explosion need to pick up about 6 more yards. Actually about 7. As they need to get to the 23, they started on their own 13-yard line. And they're going for a field goal. It's going to be Sean Rouser, and looks like Erie's taking a timeout. Very surprised the Explosion is going for a field goal due to how their offense has been running so far, but a turnover on downs, that gives the Sharks the ball on the Erie 16-yard line. It's a 21-14 lead for the Explosion. Erie has taken a timeout. I don't see the kicker on the field anymore. So the Sharks defense lines up. It's 4th down and 6 from the Erie 16-yard line. We're about ready for football to resume. Erie huddles around one of their coaches, including 5'3" Alfonso Hogger, who's burned the Sharks defense for 2 touchdowns today. Got completely open. That undersizing, you wouldn't think it'd give you trouble, but with his speed, he's gone just like that. This Explosion are not going for a field goal. They're actually going to go for it. 4th and 6, but the ball is fumbled, and Stokes picks it up. So Erie's got it again, but he has stumbled back to the 17-yard line. That should be a turnover on downs, but hold the phone. There's a penalty flag. Line just past the 15 of Erie. It's an encroachment call upon the Sharks. Spikes can't believe it. Holds up his hands in angst. Pointing out to the Explosion saying, hey, they did something wrong. But the refs aren't going to listen. They will listen, but they won't change their minds. So that gives Erie the ball on their own 21. They need to scrape past the 23. The way the offense has been going, Erie might be able to pick it up. Smaktenka's back in there. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 near side. And in motion will be on the near side. Smaktenka runs it. He's got the first down, knocks over one of his own players. And he's in for the first down. Into Shark territory, back at the 22 of Dayton. 1st and 10, Erie. 5:20 and rolling left to go in the 3rd quarter. 7 second half points for the Explosion, nothing for the Sharks thus far. Sharks need an answer. Defense trying to take the ball away from the orange and black. Smaktenka has a half diamond formation, answered to Stokes as he rolls towards the right. He's dragged out the 20, and it'll be pushed back at the 22. We'll see where the refs mark it. It might be forward progress, which would be a pickup of 2. So it's 2nd down and 8 for the Explosion. 4:38 and rolling left to go in the 3rd quarter as the Explosion have the ball just 20 yards shy of pay dirt and making this a 2-possession game. Smaktenka's in there, huddles up with his crew, wearing their white jerseys, orange shoulders, black pants, black letters and numbers, orange trim. Sharks in their black jerseys, blue letters and numbers with gray trim. Smaktenka sends a man in motion far side. He'll run with it, and he is a very mobile quarterback, diving towards the 13 of Dayton, knocking the wind out of number 65, who's not on the roster, but I heard it's Scarborough. Luke Scarborough. That's actually a 9, not a 6. My apologies. My excuses, the number font's kind of squeezed in. Luke Scarborough wears number 95, not 65. So he makes the stop. Well, that's 3rd down and 2 for the Explosion, and he's going to run for it again. Smaktenka will, and he will be stuffed at the Dayton 13-yard line. Is it enough for a first down? Refs put it between the 13 and the 12-yard lines of Dayton, and that's just short. So it'll be 4th and inches for the Erie Explosion. Big stop here for the defense. Watch out for the quarterback. He runs it in, and he should get it. Towering over the pile, Dave McQuinston, 6'8". Moves his hand towards the end zone, and indeed, it will be a first down for Erie. The quarterback, Aaron Smaktenka, moves his way through. I believe that's the 3rd time he's carried it on this play. So 1st and 10 for the Explosion, deep in the Sharks' territory, just shy of the 10. 21-14 Explosion, 2:06 and rolling left to go. And Stokes fumbles the ball. Who picks it up? It's Dayton. Dayton picks up the loose ball. Dayton Sharks football. Dayton Sharks football. A turnover by Stokes as he fumbles it in front, and he's not able to land on this one. And Erie, just 11 yards shy of 6 more. Turn it over. It lies back at the Dayton 10. 1st and 10, Sharks. Now with this big turnover recovered by the Sharks defense, you absolutely need to run these in for 6. So let's see what Tommy Jones and co. brew up on this set of plays. They'll send 2 wide receivers on the far side, and the man in motion will take that side as well. A fake to Moss, and it's thrown incomplete as McGarity was leveled before the ball hit his hands by Ricardo Kemp. He's been all over the field for the Explosion. We're down to our final minute in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 10, Sharks from their own 10. Erie leads by 7. We're under 45 seconds now. So Jones claps his hands and he'll set the line. There's 2 wide receivers on the far side, and Mincy will be the man in motion also on the far side. Jones sends him, gets the football, looks towards his right, bounces around, he gets rid of it as he gets sacked in and out of the hands of the wide receiver, incomplete, and he's knocked down. Looks like that was McGarity. He got the wind blasted out of him. And the Erie fans loving that up as McGarity jumps up to his feet. He's okay. 3rd down and 10, Sharks, as we might have to wait to the 4th quarter to see how this turns up. And indeed we do. End of the 3rd quarter. Erie Explosion 21, Dayton Sharks 14. We'll be back after this here in the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Start every day with premier vitamins, minerals, and supplements from Nutrilite, exclusively